The Pitchsider. Pitchside for every game.
Hello and welcome back to the Pitchsider NFL Podcast. Hope you've been well. Busy week for the Pitchsider. As you would have followed, if you follow us on our social medias, you would have seen that we were at the Jaguars versus Falcons NFL game. Fantastic atmosphere there. So if you were there, please let us know what you thought of it. We'll definitely be looking to be going back next year. Let's get into this week. Start off with some of the scores from this week. So starting on Friday, we had the Lions versus the Packers. The Lions won this 34-20. The Jaguars beat the Falcons in London 23-7. The Bills beat the Dolphins 48-20. The Vikings beat the Panthers 21-13. Broncos beat the Bears 31-28. Ravens beat the Browns 28-3. The Texans beat the Steelers 30-6. The Rams beat the Colts 29-23. The Buccaneers beat the Saints 26-9. The Eagles beat the Commanders 34-31. The Titans beat the Bengals 27-3. Raiders 24-17. Cowboys beat the Patriots 38-3. 49ers beat the Cardinals 35-16. And the Chiefs beat the Jets 23-20. And the Seahawks and the Giants are still to play. Yeah, been a busy week. Let's have a look at some of the standings. So in the AFC East, the Bills remain top with the Miami Dolphins, with the Patriots and the Jets in the bottom. AFC North, the Ravens and the Steelers are first and second with the Browns and Bengals. In the AFC South, the Colts are top with the Jets and Jaguars, with Houston and Texas. All of these teams are 2-2 so far, so interesting group to see. Kansas City Chiefs remain top with the Chargers, Raiders and the Broncos in the AFC West. In the NFC East, the Eagles and the Cowboys remain top. The Eagles are 4-0 so far, with the Washington Commanders and the Giants also in that group, but the Giants still have a game to play. The Lions are top with the Green Bay Packers. The Vikings also are in third with the Chicago Bears, 0-4 still, without a win. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South remain top with the Falcons, Saints and Panthers, with the Panthers 0-4 as well. 49ers remain 4-0 as well, with the Seahawks 2-1 with the Rams and the Cardinals at the bottom. So some of these groups are starting to shape up now. Interesting to see. In the conference tables, the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs are top currently with the Baltimore Ravens, and with the Bengals and the Broncos in the bottom. In the NFC, the Eagles and the 49ers are currently top, with the Chicago Bears and Panthers in the bottom. Looking interesting. Let's get on to some of the takeaways for this week. The battle for the AFC East Supreme produced plenty of offensive fireworks, but the Dolphins were on the opposite end of what they experienced last season. Last week with the Bills roll. So a warm welcome back for Buffalo Bills Damar Hamlin, who played his first regular season since his terrifying cardiac episode against Cincinnati in January last year. He did not register in the box most play special team in Sunday's win over the Dolphins, but great to see him back in action. Who's the best team in the league? The Philadelphia Eagles are 4-0 for the second straight season after surviving the Washington Commanders 34-31 in overtime. And a strong case for the Bills 3-0, who moved to first place in the AFC East by embarrassing their previous unbeaten Dolphins 48-20 in what could have been a highly anticipated matchup. While Miami entered the weekends with the league's best offense, the Buffaloes' overbalance, including the NFC's number 2 defense throughout 3 weeks, could be a differentiating factor between the two teams. Despite the setback, Miami's rookie running back had another big week, notching a pair of touchdowns after posting 4. He becomes the 4th player in league history with 6 touchdowns in his first 3 career games, and the 4th rookie since 1970 in the AFC and NFC merger with the 6 over spun. Even though they were outclassed, the Dolphins still claimed a big history, and they became the 3rd team to surpass 2,000 yards for the total offense after 4 games. Their 2,400 yards total, the most ever. But to their best team question, back to the best team question, is it the 49ers? They're still 4-0, the only unbeaten team west of Philadelphia since the start of week 1, and the Niners have a top power ranking. The 49ers running back started to put together a MVP dossier. His career best 4 touchdown performances, 70 streak of games. Players included finding the end zone to 13, breaking Hall of Famer Jimmy Rice's team record. Who's the worst team in the league? The Panthers fell 0-4, pretty much handing an error-prone Vikings their first victory, thanks to a crucial sack. But the correct answer is the Chicago Bears, who dropped 4-0 and extended their franchise's worst ever long losing streak to 14 games. Sunday was ugly. Chicago gave up 24 unanswered second half points to its 38-28 loss to the Broncos, who notched their first win under their new. During the Super Bowl era, since 1966, 164 teams have started 4-0. One has reached the postseason. Not sure if you've heard the rumours, but who shows up at the Jets-Chiefs game Sunday night? Yep, it's one of the highest superstars in NFC orbit, Aaron Rodgers. New England's Patriots coach, his first attempts to win his 300th regular game ended up in the worst loss of his coaching career. The Dallas Cowboys romped up a 38-3 victory. Penultimately, the offensive rookie of the year, maybe Falcons running back Robinson, who averaged 130 yards from scrimmage per game after the 137-yard effort on the Sunday's loss to Jacksonville. Prematurely offensive rookie of the year maybe is the Texans QB Strauss, who 1,212 passing yards are the second most amongst 5 players behind Cam Newton in 2011. But another shout is Los Angeles wide receiver Nuka, who scored his first NFL touchdown on Sunday, a 22-yard catch running from hobbling QB Strashford in overtime to salvage 23-29 win in LA. The Cleveland Browns and the Raiders QBs, the 4th and 5th rookie quarterbacks, Brett Spenceley started their 2023 by starting unable due to injuries in week 3. It didn't go far for the freshman, each suffering losses and had a combined 6 turnovers and 11 sacks between them. In the Jets game, did you notice that one of the owners for AFC Wimbledon, at AFC Wrexham, the Welsh football team equivalent to the Jets, also showed up, with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds also being there. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on in the NFL. Obviously, we were at the London game, which definitely, if you haven't been, highly recommend. There's 2 more next weekend. Both, I believe, one's at Wembley and one's at Tottenham, or they might be both at Tottenham. But yeah, definitely worth going to see if you are from the UK. And yeah, definitely going worth supporting your local teams. Bit of a shorter episode, as I mentioned. We've been out at this. Next week will be a pre-recorded episode with the as we are away, but we'll be back the following week to bring you week 5 and 6 news. So please keep an eye out for that, and do check out our pre-recorded episode. If any news or anything, please check out our website, www.thepitchsider.com. Or check out us on social media, Pitchsider-NFL. And yeah, hope you have a good week. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.